Hello and welcome to Victorian Snippets. Although Thanksgiving became a national holiday in 1863, many of the original traditions are still practiced today. Of course, there is the big meal, although some of the Victorian staples such as oysters and plum pudding have been replaced. One that has not been replaced is the turkey. Originally, the Victorians' turkey was a wild bird, shot by a relative or a local purveyor of wild game. As farmers began to raise domestic birds, these became the norm. The heirloom turkeys are making a comeback among the purists, but I personally prefer a nice, fat, farm-raised butterball. The wild turkeys have much more dark meat and tend to need major tenderizing. And, for your information, the turkey is a distant relative of the T-Rex, and they also sleep in trees. Yes, they can fly. The tradition of football on Thanksgiving also had the origin in the 1890s, with sports rivalries on a national level becoming more and more popular. Of course, without television, local context became the norm, and interfamily games were also an excellent way to exercise after a big meal. Thanksgiving is still a day for families to gather together to enjoy each other's company and a bountiful feast. However, as with all things Victorian, there were additional rules to be observed. Firstly, everyone had to be on their company manners. Ladies had to be escorted by the gentlemen from the parlor to the table. Boys were expected to properly escort their sisters or visiting cousins or friends. Once everyone's seated and not jammed up against the table, you were to eat quietly. No slurping or stuffing. You should eat easily and gracefully. Also, do not hitch up your coat sleeves and avoid all manner of gesticulation or waving of the arms. You might break something, and it isn't bad taste. Speak in a low voice and never with your mouth full. You can pass on a dish if you don't wish any, but don't explain why. Never blow on your food to cool it off, and never bring your soup plate to your lips. And last but not least, if you are a guest, you must stay at least 1 hour after the meal is concluded. Do not eat and run. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you next time.